Hi guys, my name is Tom, and I like to play video games sometimes. In this video, I'm playing Call of Duty Black Ops. This is some team deathmatch on Hotel. I'm playing this on Melinda's account, and this is, I guess, our next episode of How I Met Melinders. So, in the last part, I broke up with Catherine 2 and moved back to Conway, and I kind of had, explained how that move to Conway, I think I used the words, set me free again. And it's because I can kind of mark how that move really marked the beginning of where I started to make better decisions for my life. I can't say that all of my decisions after this move were the best decisions. In fact, I make a lot of mistakes that we're going to visit and discuss through. But my quality of life definitely improves, and I start to figure out definitely where I'm wanting to be, who I'm wanting to be, and what I want to do to some degree. I mean, I know I kind of question all of these decisions regularly. I don't know why, but it's kind of just the nature of my personality. And I think I've made several videos where I've talked about how I'm learning to try and work through those things and just kind of admit to, I guess, this, whatever this is, and to myself that those are things that I'm always going to have to revisit and calm myself down about. But my first period in Conway is just kind of recovering from the breakup. So there, if you've ever been through a breakup, there's that weird feeling where you're kind of trying to readjust to life without that other person there. Especially, I don't know if any of my subscribers have been through this, but when you've lived with, a significant other, it changes things big time whenever you are finding yourself living with either roommates or alone. Either way, single lifestyle is a big kind of culture shock almost, because you're not used to being able to kind of make decisions purely off of what you're wanting to do at the time. So I had to readjust to that. Not only that, I had to kind of readjust to being in a new house and kind of making it feel like home and just feeling comfortable. Plus, I was moving in with dudes that I loved and I was really good friends with them, the best of friends with them, but through weird circumstances I hadn't seen in forever. And so it was it was really odd kind of how that connection kind of got remade, and that Catherine threw a Christmas party, and in a really awkward moment, more of my friends showed up than hers, and not a lot of her friends showed up because I don't know. I tried to think about it. I remember that night, and then talking about it with my friend Patrick later about why that was and whether or not that had to do with certain awkward moments later. But why did more of my friends show up to this party that essentially I didn't even really want to throw? But Patrick and all kind of his crew, my group from Conway, came over, and we had a good time, and she ended up shutting it down early and going to bed, and it was super awkward. I kind of stayed up later with some people that stayed late, but it was just real detached. It was, and I should have seen it as this kind of warning sign that we were living these kind of two separate lives in the same house, But after that phone call with him, I'm moving back in with him. So it's the first time I'd seen him in forever was kind of this Christmas party, and that he miraculously showed up to. And then he stays a week or so with me. Not even that. I think a weekend with me in Little Rock while I'm packing my shit up and getting ready to move in. And what's awesome about these dudes, and I hope that you can find friends like this, or that you already have friends like this, but where you have these friends that no matter the time or distance or whatever that's come between your last hangout and your current hangout, it picks up nothing's happened in between, it's literally the next day kind of feeling. And that's exactly what all that felt like. It picked right back up, and I can't be thankful enough for that. So it was kind of funny of I'm going through this really dramatic low moment in my life, and then I'm with some great friends being able to just kind of do whatever. Adjusting to that freedom was kind of weird, and especially you kind of get back in that freedom, and I don't even remember how long it took. That's the kind of the weird things that I've noticed about breakups, is you kind of just, you get back in the swing of things, and you kind of, I first focused my energy on visiting my friends and kind of making this list of these are things that were going on during the relationship that I didn't like about myself and that I really want to correct, and I focus on that. And then slowly through there, you're feeling better, and you can kind of meet another girl and again give it the old college try. And so I did that with a couple of girls, and just real casually I dated them. I had this, I saw this younger girl, like, kinda. I don't even want, we were attracted to each other. I think it was another instance where I recognized that I was more stoked on the fact that she liked me than, than I was actually, like, stoked on her. But I do applaud myself in being able to recognize that I disagreed with her on pretty much everything, and I had several friends kind of clue me in on that too. So I managed to dodge a bullet there and not really get involved in that one. But I also, unfortunately, and I don't really recommend this route, engaged in several just like real casual physical relationships with girls, and it comes with its own set of drama and problems, and don't get me wrong, I wasn't like skeezing on these girls or doing anything like that, but it was more, it just understood that, they didn't want anything serious, and I didn't know what the hell I wanted, so it was just this real casual thing. For me personally, that made things pretty awkward and more stressful than I would have wanted to deal with, so I tended to cut those off pretty quickly, but so this all occurs kind of over from January until I'd say July, where I'm doing all of this and kind of just going through almost this like college part 2 phase of my life. And then I noticed that a couple of my friends are getting ready to go back to school. They're doing graduate school. And at the time, I'm working at this ice cream shop, and I've hit this almost like stoner-like low, where I'm not really doing anything. I'm just, kind of making a little bit of money, enough to get by, enough to pay minimal bills. I'm still having to borrow some money, and just really trying to keep afloat, and I don't know, just feel better. But I knew that I wouldn't be able to keep it up. I had shit that I had to pay for and stuff that I had to do. And, I had to figure out what I was going to do for a career, because I sure as hell wasn't going to work for an ice cream company for the rest of my life. So I enter into grad school, I start that, and during that moment, I meet Cassie, which will lead us to our next girl, our next set of problems, and our next set of mistakes. But I'll get into that next time. Fortunately, we are nearing the end of the long road of mistakes and the wonderful road of Melinda. And so with that, guys, I'm going to awkwardly say bye-bye. Kind of got focused on some other things there, but that's how I do. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.